This is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing from Union City, Tennessee, 221 pounds, Sweet Brown Sugar. Going against him from Pensacola, Florida, 228 pounds, Rick Gibson. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee, Rick Morton. Sweet Brown Sugar and Rick Gibson. Whoa! Rick Gibson took a swing with the right hand. Coco Ware saying, hey, you
can't hit what you can't see, can you, baby?
Comment by Jimmy Hart. Rick Gibson back. Sweet Brown Sugar. Coco Ware back onto the rope. Flips him across the way. Got him up in the air. Coco lands on his feet. Oh, yeah. Bows, prances across the ring a little bit. Referee Paul Morton is saying, hey, come on, wrestle. Sweet Brown Sugar. A few words to the crowd. Back into action. Rick Gibson back onto the rope. Rick going after him. Back on the rope. Paul Morton calls for a break. Reversal. Coco whips Rick into the rope. Oh! Double drop kick. Both of them hit the mat. Both of them in the air at the same time. Oh, Rick with the foot to the midsection. Flip.
And Paul Morton looked right on while he did it.
Looked a lot like the side of the booth from where we're sitting, but Jimmy Hart sometimes sees a different match from what we do. There's a cover by Rick. Down to 2, I think he got out. Coco broke out of it anyway before the 3 count fell. Rick Gibson has the face lock.
See now, you can get down there and look at him. He's choking, and you can see it from here. Look at him choking. It's ridiculous.
Whoa, fired into the rope. He hung onto the rope. Rick Gibson. Rick Gibson with a word or two for Jimmy Hart. Coco pleased with his surprise moves. Rick Gibson, too. Yeah, he did use the fist that time.
I wonder where he learned that from.
I don't know. Rick with the headlock on Sweet Brown Sugar. I guess Jimmy didn't see that Sugar pulled his hair to get him down to the mat then. Headlock, head scissors by Rick Gibson. Coco kicks out of it. Rick on his feet. Fired the right hand, but did not hit Sweet Brown Sugar. Sugar back into the rope. Rick Gibson whips him into the turnbuckles across the way, but then Sugar was gone. Rick ran into the corner. We're coming up on the 4-minute mark. 4 minutes gone. Rick flips. Coco drops with a right hand.
That's what I see going on there, and you're looking at black magic in motion right now.
Rick Gibson into the rope. Clothesline by Coco Ware. 4.5 minute mark. We're going fast right now. There's Cocoa Ware, Sweet Brown Sugar, Black Magic. Take your pick. Jimmy Hart named them all of them. Except Cocoa Ware. Oh, what's that in his hand? It looks a lot like it. Nails Rick with the right hand. Rick's right hand pinned in between those top two ropes. Jimmy Hart, you couldn't see him, but he was back over here putting tension on the rope to make it tougher for Rick to get his hand out of there. Rick flipped. Right in the center of the ring. Cocoa Ware sits down on top of him and starts pounding with the right fist.
Rick gets him by. Ooh.
He had those shoulders down briefly. Referee started to count. Cocoa again going to the tight.
Use that chain. We could see it here while the referee was being distracted by Hart.
Count of two. Rick's got a foot over the bottom rope. That stops the count at 2. Cocoa Buck. Sweet Brown Sugar. Rick Gibson could not stay on his feet. Stepped down on the mat. 6 minutes. 6 minutes gone. The knee lift and a vicious one by Rick Gibson off the rope. Rick hit the mat too, but he really nailed Cocoa with it.
Cocoa was setting up for that backdrop, and Rick ripped him with a knee lift.
Cocoa went for the chain again. Rick Gibson on the mat. Cocoa climbing the rope. Rick on his feet. Cocoa nailed him. Well, he caught it. A knee pad caught Rick right across the side of the jaw. Right under his eye. Rick kicks him back.
It's been a battle.
Ooh,
a war.
Both of them must be near exhaustion. They're both moving slow. But from the beginning, it's been that kind. They both went for a drop kick at the same time. And on through the match. Rick, front set. 1, 2. No 2 count. Jimmy Hart jumps in. So Rick Gibson is going to win it, but not by a pin, by disqualification. He had Cocoa, Sweet Brown Sugar. He had him set up for the count of 3. The referee was counting. But then Jimmy Hart jumps in there. Oh, Coco's got that stick. Robert across Rick's back. Here's Robert Gibson. We got Stan Lane back.
We're going to fill him up here. Battle. Stan Lane.
There's speed. 5 against 2.
They're battling him in there. Big elbow on Robert Gibson. Nightmare comes off and nails Rick. More than half the first family in there. They're enjoying their numerical advantage that they have over Rick and Robert Gibson. Hart taking turns pounding on the Gibsons while the others hold them. Typical Jimmy Hart. Here comes Lawler.
He's got a boot off.
Jerry Calhoun with that team going after Jimmy Hart. Hart screaming he wanted Calhoun. He's getting some of him right now. Out of the ring go the first family members as Lawler had that boot off and Calhoun had a cane in his hand. So, going to end up on a disqualification, Dave.
Fans, before we get started in the next match, I have a very important announcement to make. Anybody who wants to become a professional wrestler under the guidance of Nick Gulas and trained by 2 of the nation's outstanding NWA professional wrestlers, if you want to become a professional wrestler, contact Nick Gulas' wrestling office in Nashville. Ask for Tommy Kirklees. The phone number, area code 615-297-9503. Call that number on or before July 3rd, 1980. The first session will begin August 4th, 1980. So you got to call them by August 3rd. July 3rd, excuse me. Got to call by July 3rd. That number again, 297-9503. Area code 615-297-9503 if you want to become a professional wrestler. If you're big enough and have the ability and so forth, they will tell you there at the office.
225 pounds from Montgomery, Alabama, Jimmy Jones. Jimmy Jones. At 232 pounds from Montgomery, Alabama, Jimmy Golden. Jimmy Golden.
Golden taking on Jimmy Jones, and of course, main man of controversy in the ring right now.
Certainly, and he's built all that controversy around himself. After this match, we'll be inviting Jimmy Golden to the dance floor. Take a look once again at the controversial ring. Jones going after Golden. Golden takes a hike and will take a breather with a 10 count on the outside of the ring. Certainly one thing's for sure, Jimmy will win this match, Charlie.
Jimmy will win the match. Lock up again. It's Golden with the ride, takedown.
I'd be anxious to ask Jimmy Golden some questions about the incident involving his cousin, Ron Fuller, the Tennessee Stud, in the match with the Bass brothers. Ron is on. As we mentioned earlier, Don Bass has joined John Valiant on the broken leg incident, and Ron Fuller, the Tennessee Stud, out of action indefinitely.
Golden takes his man head first into that turnbuckle. Boot to the midsection. Golden up and opening up on Jones.
You know, I do believe that Jimmy Golden is more comfortable wrestling the style we're seeing today than he was in the several weeks that he altered his style to get alongside his cousin, Ron Fuller, the Tennessee Stud. I'm anxious to ask Jimmy some questions about this thing, too.
Some questions have been asked Jimmy already, Les, but as of such, I have heard none that made any sense whatsoever.
The answers are not exactly what we call concise and to the point.
Exactly right. Right now, he's opening up on Jimmy Jones.
Golden shooting his man in, catches him with a kick, goes to work on Jones. We're back with a headlock now.
Controversy about the legality of some of Golden's rules that he follows in that ring. Certainly they are questionable.
Jones catching him and doubling up with that elbow, moving in now on Golden. Another shot to the midsection. Jones catapults him cross corner. Moves in again, and Jimmy Jones having things his way here as Golden pulls himself back into his rope, calls for the break. Jones lays a token knee in there. Doubles him up with a shot to the midsection as he comes off the ropes.
Takes him in. Golden catching Jones with the boot to the face. Hooks in that neck breaker. Pulls his man up. Does not even go for the pin. And again, neck breaker by Jimmy Golden. And he has the match over Jimmy Jones.